Minecraft worlds are very vast and large, but what if they weren't? What if everything was compacted into a much smaller area? Like a cube. So this is my hardcore survival world where we're gonna build it. So we need to make a gigantic mini. I don't know which one to go with. It's gonna be mini in comparison to everything else, but it's gonna be pretty big. We need to make a square because, you know, Minecraft is all squares. We need to make a gigantic one in the sky here. Okay, it's coming together. You can kind of see the cube skeleton coming along here. Now if we look at it from afar, boom, cube. That is one cubular looking cube. But it's empty right now. We gotta fill it in. I want to do the bottom third stone, the middle third dirt, and the top third grass. So here's the good news. It's kind of coming along. Bad news is I already ran out of stone. Everything I collected, we used on that little bit. I have a lot of dirt, but that's not really what we need right now. So I'm gonna just be like mining out this cave underneath this gigantic cube until I have enough stone. And that should be the last block. All right, let's take a look at it from afar. Actually, we should probably light this thing up a bit so just a ton of mobs don't spawn in here and I have to deal with all that later. But here it is, all the stone. Now we gotta do the same thing with dirt. So if you notice, we left this top area free for now, but that's for a special reason. As I'm sure you figured out by now, this whole thing is meant to kind of represent a grass block. And if you look closely on the edges of grass blocks, there's like dark brown and then green and dark brown and green, and it kind of zigzags up and down and up and down. So we need to replicate that, but we can't just use grass blocks because if we just make a wall of these, then from the side it'll look like that, and over time the blocks will just turn into dirt and then it'll literally just look like a dirt wall. So I'm thinking we use terracotta to replicate the dark brown and like the green like upper part of this block. That means we are going to need a lot of cactus. You can turn cactus into green dye and, you know, use green dye to dye terracotta into green terracotta. Now I'm no expert on farms, but because we need so much cactus, I figured we could probably automate this a bit. So the idea is when the cactus grows, it'll hit like an observer, which will cause a piston to push off the top of the cactus into a flow of water, which will push that into a hopper into a chest. But I ran into a little bit of a problem. Wait, where'd the cactus go? What? So it looks like whenever an item lands on top of a cactus, it despawns, which kind of throws a wrench in the whole idea behind this farm. Well, looks like we're doing this the old-fashioned way and just planting like a ton of them. I mean, exponential growth, right? I mean, it shouldn't take that long. Wow, okay, we got a pretty good looking cactus farm. Hopefully this is enough green dye for us. So here are our options. We can make light green terracotta with the green dye and white dye mixed together, or we can make regular green terracotta with just green dye. And it looks like light green terracotta looks way better. It looks less like throw up, and that's a good thing. Okay, let's see how it looks. Okay, well, there's a damn cloud in front of it. Hold on. Wait for it. Boom. Okay, it's coming along. Now for the dark terracotta, all we really gotta do here is just kind of make it zigzaggy in between the dirt and the green terracotta. And I think that might look okay. Okay, how's that looking? I mean, it's not bad. In my head, I thought we made like way more progress than we actually did. But hey, that's how it goes. All right, let's see how it looks. Okay, when it's all said and done, not bad. I'll take it. Now we gotta look for ores that we can mine up and like stick in the bottom of the square, because I think that would look pretty cool if I had a bunch of like coal and copper and diamonds and stuff like around the bottom, as if it had just like been like pulled up out of the earth. Or something. I don't know. A fantastic place to look for iron ore is in these like, I don't even know what this biome's called, to be honest. It's like a mountain. Let me just look it up. I think it's called the Snowy Slopes biome. I think, but it's a good spot. So if we then fly up to the square, we can then place these ores on the side of them, make everything look a little bit better. Alright, now for the interior decoration. First thing I'm going to do is put a grass floor raised up about 3 blocks from the bottom of this cube. Wow, that took a lot of dirt. Now we need to make a little bit of terrain, make it look more like a natural generated ground would on your world. So we'll put like a mountain in and some other stuff just so it's not just totally flat. Alright, it's looking pretty good, but I think we need some more. Now that we have some hills, we can start working on an ocean on the other side. Now remember, everything's supposed to be a mini version of how it would look here in the outside world. So this beach won't be huge, but hopefully it'll be kind of to scale compared to everything else. Okay, that's actually, I think it's a bit too small. I think we need to like double or even triple the size of this. I also went to find one of these coral reef biomes so I can mine up a bunch of the coral and the sea pickles and stuff and decorate my ocean to look like this. On my way back, I found an ocean monument, which is good because we need to grab some of the blocks from in here to make our own mini ocean monument. All we have to do is finish this thing off with some ice for the glaciers the oceans also have. And I think we're pretty much done with this little biome section. Let's see how it looks. Not bad, not bad. We of course planted some of the cactus in the desert biome, as well as made this little mini desert temple. I also put this little well here, kind of like the ones you would find in a desert village. Now for the next little biome section, we need to go to the very deep depths of this world. We need to find some deep slate ores, and some stuff from the deep dark biomes. Basically everything that's just found like deep underground is what we're trying to grab here. I'm kind of regretting only going like 3 blocks down from the floor of this big square, because that means this cave, I can only go 3 blocks down to like simulate it's like the depths of the earth, which is, I mean, it's whatever. Still looks pretty cool, but it's also kind of funny. Now next to the cave biome, we have some space for a plains biome. And what do we have in plains biomes? Villages. We also have villages like many other places, but we're gonna put a plains village in there. Now I made this village house pretty dang small, which means the inside of it is only gonna have a bed. You know, 1 out of 5 stars as far as hotels go, but that's how it's gonna have to be. Also, as far as crops go, this is about as big as we can go. But what I think is most funny is the size of these little trees. They look hilarious. These mountains are clearly topped with a lot of snow, so I'm gonna grab some of these snow blocks and top my mountains with snow as well, right? That'll make it accurate-ish. We can also copy this spruce biome. If you'll notice, the trees are a little bit taller in spruce biomes, and they also have wild berries and different types of plants, all stuff we can pick up and put in our own little world. Unfortunately, we can't change like the dirt color or anything like that to match other biomes, but everything else should look kind of the same. I added in a little jungle biome, as you can see on the right side of the screen, but when I was recording it, I clicked the wrong button, so it just recorded this for like a couple hours. But it is what it is. Now we get to work on our Badlands biome. I did spend the night in the villager house, the tiny one, and I will say it was pretty difficult to get out of, but it is possible. Now for our dark forest biomes. Dark forest biomes of course have dark oak trees. They have some mushrooms, but the biggest thing that they have is woodland mansions, and those are huge, so we're gonna recreate that in our little cube as well. Okay, hopefully that works as the finished product. Now for the dark oak trees, which are way thicker than normal trees. Ta-da! And let's not forget the mushrooms, or else it really wouldn't be a complete dark oak forest. Something that we probably can do is, if you throw enough eggs, you should spawn maybe, come on, there we go. You should be able to spawn in a chicken or 2, and as long as we can get 2 of them, which we didn't yet, but we'll breed them and we'll make, a little chicken farm for the mini village here. Lastly, I want to put a mini cave inside this mountain, and I think we should be good.